The murder of Elizabeth Short, widely known as the Black Dahlia, is one of the most infamous unsolved crimes in American history. The case shocked 1940s Los Angeles with its brutality, baffled investigators for decades, and captivated the public with its ties to Hollywood's dark side. Over 75 years later, the mystery remains unsolved, but the story continues to intrigue amateur sleuths and true crime enthusiasts alike. Elizabeth Short was born on July 29, 1924, in Hyde Park, Massachusetts, and grew up in Medford, a nearby suburb of Boston. Her early life was marked by instability. When she was just 6 years old, her father, Cleo Short, abandoned the family, leaving behind Elizabeth, her mother Phoebe, and her 4 sisters. Cleo's disappearance left Phoebe struggling to make ends meet. Elizabeth was described as a strikingly beautiful young woman with pale skin, dark hair, and a magnetic personality. In her teenage years, she developed a fascination with Hollywood and dreamed of becoming an actress. At age 19, Elizabeth relocated to California, where she began drifting between cities and odd jobs, including working as a waitress. Despite her aspirations, she found little success in the entertainment industry. By 1947, Elizabeth had settled in Los Angeles, a city bustling with post-war optimism and burgeoning Hollywood glamour. She was often seen socializing with men who offered to help her achieve her dreams. However, her transient lifestyle and reliance on others made her a vulnerable figure. On the morning of January 15, 1947, a woman named Betty Bersinger was walking with her young daughter in the Leimert Park neighborhood of Los Angeles. In an empty lot, she stumbled upon what she initially thought was a discarded mannequin. Upon closer inspection, she realized it was the mutilated body of a woman. The victim was identified as Elizabeth Short. Her body had been severed in 2 at the waist, a procedure so clean that investigators speculated the perpetrator had medical or surgical knowledge. Both halves of her body were posed in a grotesque manner, with her arms raised above her head and her legs spread apart. Her face had been slashed from ear to ear in a gruesome Glasgow smile, and her body bore signs of torture. The Los Angeles Police Department launched an immediate and massive investigation. The brutality of the crime drew intense media attention, and reporters dubbed Elizabeth the Black Dahlia, a reference to the film The Blue Dahlia 1946, and her rumored penchant for wearing black clothing. Despite the police's efforts, the investigation faced several challenges. Over 150 people confessed to the crime, ranging from attention seekers to mentally ill individuals. None of these confessions matched the evidence. The lack of witnesses and the absence of forensic technology further hindered progress. The police identified several potential suspects, but none were ever charged. Among the most notable were: Number 1. Robert M. Red Manley, a married salesman who had been seen with Elizabeth shortly before her murder. He was the last known person to see her alive, but passed a polygraph test and was eventually cleared. Number 2. Mark Hansen, a wealthy nightclub owner who reportedly had a strained relationship with Elizabeth. She had stayed at his home and he allegedly refused her advances. Some of her belongings were found in his possession, but no concrete evidence linked him to the crime. Number 3. George Hodel. George Hodel, a physician whose name resurfaced decades later when his son, Steve Hodel, a retired LAPD detective, accused him of being the killer. Steve's investigation uncovered circumstantial evidence, including George's potential surgical skills and ties to other unsolved murders. However, the claims remain controversial. The media's sensational coverage of the Black Dahlia murder played a significant role in shaping public perception of the case. Newspapers speculated wildly about Elizabeth's life, portraying her alternately as a naive dreamer and a promiscuous femme fatale. Tabloids fixated on her social life, implying that her lifestyle contributed to her demise. This victim-blaming narrative overshadowed the investigation and tarnished Elizabeth's legacy. The press's obsession with the case also led to the publication of graphic photos and lurid headlines, further amplifying the public's fascination. Over the years, the Black Dahlia case has inspired countless theories. Some of the most prominent include: 1. A crime of passion. Some theorists believe Elizabeth was killed by someone she knew, possibly a jealous lover or a rejected suitor. The personal nature of the mutilation and posing suggests deep-seated rage. 2. A serial killer. Other theories link Elizabeth's murder to a series of similar crimes in Los Angeles and beyond. These include the Cleveland torso murders of the 1930s, which involve similar body dismemberment. 3. George Hodel's involvement. Steve Hodel's accusations against his father gained traction in the 2000s. George Hodel's medical expertise and eccentric behavior, combined with cryptic entries in his journals, make him a compelling suspect. 4. Hollywood's dark side. Some theorists speculate that Elizabeth's murder was linked to the seedy underbelly of Hollywood, involving powerful figures who silenced her to protect their reputations. Elizabeth Short's murder remains a cultural touchstone, symbolizing the dangers and disillusionments of the American dream. Her case has inspired numerous books, movies, and television shows, including James Ellroy's novel The Black Dahlia and its 2006 film adaptation. The case has also had a lasting impact on true crime as a genre. It underscores the importance of victim advocacy and ethical reporting, particularly when dealing with unsolved cases. Several factors contribute to the enduring mystery of the Black Dahlia. 1. Lack of forensic technology. In 1947, forensic science was in its infancy. DNA analysis and modern investigative techniques were unavailable. 2. Contaminated crime scene. The crime scene was compromised by curious onlookers and reporters, making it difficult to gather evidence. 3. Media interference. The sensationalized coverage often muddled the facts and hindered the police investigation. 4. No clear motive. The lack of a definitive motive or connection to a suspect has made it challenging to narrow down leads. The murder of Elizabeth Short remains one of the most chilling and enigmatic cases in American history. Her story is a haunting reminder of the dangers faced by those pursuing fame and fortune in an unforgiving city. While advancements in forensic science have solved many cold cases, the Black Dahlia's mystery endures, captivating generations and serving as a grim tale of Hollywood's darker side. Perhaps one day, new evidence or technology will provide answers, but until then, the Black Dahlia's shadow looms large over Los Angeles, a city where dreams and nightmares often intertwine. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share this video with others. See you in the next video.